Imagine you were in Danganronpa 2 and you made it to chapter 5. All of those classmates have died so far. You're barely holding on. You're mentally unstable. Everything's going crazy. And you find Nagito dead. I would have taken myself out. I need us to really think about it. Nagito was carrying that entire class. Do you know how scared I would have been to see the one guy that has been getting us through these trials dead? No. Take me out. Because I know I'm gone. I know I'm done already. Especially chapter 4. That was like all him. They would not have left that tower if not for Nagito. Like, we need to really think about how heavily he carried that entire chapter. And the one before it, with the rope. Yeah, Nagito was a freakazoid sometimes. Sometimes he wasn't the greatest guy, but he was pulling up MVP performances in every single trial. He was genuinely going shot after shot with all of these cases. Like, he had them solved before he even stepped into the courtroom. You know how smart he was? Genuinely, he might be in the books as the greatest Danganronpa, like, detective type character, antagonist character, all time. Easily. He's up there. Like, there are other characters that helped. Yeah, the protagonists, they're helping. Yeah, but like, again, chapter 4, which was arguably, if not the most difficult chapter in the entire game outside of chapter 5, because that one was just like, that one was some bullshit. But like, that was all him. Yeah, the protagonists are helping, but the only way that was solved was by Hajime having to ask Nagito, like, hey, mind helping us out here? Which he also does in the chapter before that, where he goes, hey, any ideas, Nagito? That keeps happening. Truly, I find it kind of shocking, especially after chapters 3 and 4. I mean, I guess technically after chapter 4 he did do that, but like, I find it shocking that nobody targeted him after those chapters because of how smart he was. I mean, I guess contextually you can explain why they wouldn't do that because of the fact that like all of those killers had different motives as well. I get that. But from a logical standpoint, if you're trying to get out of there, why don't you take out the one guy that's been pulling us through every single chapter so far, that knows who the killer is before anyone else? I mean, I know that he was like a dick, but like, he's offering. Shit, I would take it. No, I wouldn't. I love my god. But like, really think about it. Really think about like, how would you feel about that? Would you stay there? I mean, you don't got any choice, but like, Nagito was basically functioning as like the ask for a hint feature on your quiz. He was genuinely, oh my god. No, I would quit. I'd be out. Ref, white flag. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because I'm not making it out without him. None of us are. The only reason they got out of that bitch was pure luck. If it had been any other person as the imposter, or wait, no. Sorry, I was using Among Us terms.